What's up, people? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day. I'm going to try to be very quick with this review. Um, Today's episode was pretty good. I'm very interested in the Christina storyline. I do feel like that storyline with her and Parker should be mainstream, and it's kind of crazy that it's not because it's cool that the writers are shedding a light on this. You know what I mean? And they're taking her character in a whole new territory, a whole new direction, and I love that because it's something different that not a lot of shows are doing. Some shows wouldn't even touch this type of storyline. Some shows wouldn't. Even in prime time, some shows, they kind of hold back on it. But I think if they do this storyline correctly going forward, it's going to have such a big impact on this show and for years to come. You know what I mean? Like, this is a storyline that people can reflect on 10, 20 years from now. And I think if they do it right, it can happen. Because I'm intrigued by this, by Parker and Christina's feelings towards the same sex. Because right now, I think she's confused. She's experimenting right now. She don't really know if she's lesbian or if she's straight, or maybe she could be bisexual. She doesn't know. You know what I mean? Like I think she's still trying to figure herself out, and she's afraid to tell her parents because of how they would react. And she's doing exactly what a lot of people she's going through what a lot of people go through, because a lot of people in real life go through this, where they feel a certain way but they're afraid to tell friends or family because of how those people would react. But my suggestion is, at the end of the day, it's not about those people. It doesn't matter what your mother think, your father think, your friend think. It doesn't matter. It's about how you feel. It doesn't matter how they feel. It's not their life. It's your life. You know what I mean? You should feel comfortable telling them this and not give a flying fuck how they feel. It's just about that building up that confidence in yourself. You know what I mean? But I'm digging this storyline though, because I think that they can do a lot with it. And it's obvious that Parker, even though she's married, she obviously has feelings for Christina. Um, so I'm kind of excited to see where they go with this. Hopefully the writers don't fuck it up, but shit happens. Anyway, I did like the conversation between Maxie and Dr. Monroe. I did it. I liked it because he was honest with her. Like, he found her attractive. He told her this right off the bat. He likes her. He finds her attractive, but he doesn't want to have coffee with her or be in her magazine because um, he's the type of person that if he wants something, he doesn't want to be around someone he can't have. You know what I mean? Like, he's physically attracted to her. And he doesn't want to start any trouble between her and her boyfriend, between her and Nathan. So I respect that. I respect his honesty because he was honest right off the bat. Like, because, usually the writers go the typical route where they got chemistry, they start hanging around each other, sparks fly, but they downplay their relationship. Then eventually they end up succumbing to the relationship and start hooking up. That's the typical route. But I'm glad that they're going this route because it is so fucking different, and I love it. It's like you're not going the typical shit. You're doing it so opposite. You know what I mean? And I love that, where he's coming right off the bat letting you know he's not interested because you got a boyfriend, he's attracted to you, and he's not about to, try to come in between that. So I respect that answer. That was a good answer he gave. I respect his honesty. Definitely. I respect that. I love that they did this. This was good. But Maxie is baffled by this. The fact that he will not come around her. He wasn't rude. He was just expressing how he feels. But Maxie obviously is intrigued by him. And we already know Nathan is keeping the secret that he married Claudette from her. Um, Nathan needs to just tell her the truth. I already know, because anybody who's been in Port Charles should know. The longer you keep a secret, and when it finally comes out, which it will, is going to have a major impact. Where the person is going to get so pissed off. And it's not even a fact about the lie. It's the fact that you kept the lie so long when you could have immediately told that person. That's what pisses the person off the most. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what pisses them off. Now, if you just be honest from the get go, it wouldn't be a problem. But the fact that you're lying about it and you lied about it for so long, that's what really pisses them off. And that fuels their anger. So, Nathan, it might be in your best interest to just tell the truth. even though the truth is like a foreign concept to people on this show. So apparently Elizabeth found some dirt on Hayden, and her real name is Rachel Berlin. Um, she was about to tell Laura and Lulu, but then they started discussing Helena and the will. And Lulu, just like Nicholas, was trying to tell Laura to just forget all about the key, trying to tell Elizabeth to forget about that book that Helena left her about Jake. It's so easy for them to keep saying, oh, this is just Helena manipulating all of us, and we're just letting her win. We're giving her power, is what they're saying. They're giving her power by doing what she wants. You're giving her power. What they don't realize is you're giving her power either way. If you don't do what she put in the will, you're giving her power because she has mind control over you, because you're gonna constantly think about the gifts that she gave you in her will. So either way, she's fucking with your mind. Either way. Whether you do what she wanted or you don't. She still has the upper hand because you're still thinking about her. And that's what she wants you to do. Even in death, she wants to always be in the back of your mind. That's what. So you're playing into her hand. So my suggestion is everybody that she left something to, like that weird ass painting she left Nicholas, the book she left Elizabeth, the key she left Laura, the envelope that she left Lulu. If I were all of them, I would explore everything, because you know what? This is the only way for all of y'all to just get peace and to be done. Even though what she left you might open up new doors to more craziness, but I'd rather get all the craziness out, because it's the last bit of craziness that you're gonna have to deal with from her if she's really dead. But I think she really is, but maybe. But if she is, at least this time there's no more secrets that she's keeping from you. All the secrets are out. There's nothing more she could possibly be keeping. So why not just explore that? You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you're gonna regret it. I have a feeling they're all gonna regret it. That's why I love the fact that Laura is not being swayed to not look into this. She's actually looking into it. I like that. It's smart. Um, so her and Lulu go up in the attic or whatever. They found a chest or whatever, and the key fit. So I'm wondering what's in it. Um, so Hayden shows up at Diane's hotel room, and look who's there, Nikolas. So he found out about the paperwork that she had drawn up, that she had Diane draw up for her about ELQ, transferring ownership of ELQ to her. So he wanted to know why the fuck did she do it. And she told him because it was to protect his assets in case the Quartermaines won their lawsuit. So that's the story that she was spinning. He was believing her, and they felt it was a smart move. So she asked him why was he at Diane's hotel room, and he said he was making changes to his will, including her in the will. I was like, you dumbass. Nicholas is so stupid. I already thought he was dumb for marrying her. Number one, he was stupid for marrying her because you barely know her. Two, you gave her a prenup, which I thought was smart until he put that $5 million clause in there. I said the stupidity of this jackass. Are you not a Cassadine? Like, are you not smart? Like, seriously. Number one, you married her without even really knowing her. You don't know this girl from paint. Like, come on now. You don't know nothing about her. You don't even know her real name. You know nothing. Then I thought he was getting smart when he had her sign a prenup until I heard the clause that he put in there about the $5 million in case they divorce. I said, you jackass. So I said, okay, fine. If they get a divorce, $5 million is money that he could wipe his ass with, because he's very rich. But then now you want to put her in your will, which gives her even more of your money and assets. Are you a complete idiot? Like, seriously. So I'm glad Diane was there to talk him down a little bit. Like, she told him, she recommended, she gave him a great example, actually. She told him, she used Sonny and Carly as an example. Like, what if Sonny signed over all his business interests to Carly to kind of, protect his business interests? That's something Sonny would do because he trusts Carly implicitly. Like, he totally trusts Carly. Nicholas kind of laughed it off or whatever. I'm like, no, because it's actually true. If I were him, I would listen because it's true. Sonny trusts Carly more than he trusts anybody. You know? So She advised Nikolas, do not sign over ownership of ELQ if you do not 100% trust Hayden. Don't do it. And now he's rethinking putting her in his will. He said for right now, he's not going to change his will. He's going to leave it as is for now, which I thought was smart. And Diane mentioned something else about ELQ, about she felt, irritated, maybe not irritated, but the fact that it was kind of stupid that neither Nikolas or the Quartermaines hired her as their attorney to represent them in the battle for ELQ, which I think is smart. And it begs the question that if Diane could have kept ELQ with Nikolas or gave it back to the Quartermaines, what the hell is Alexis doing? Like, why is it not that easy for Alexis to get it back? It should be. He obviously got it illegally, which should overturn the ownership and give it back to the Quartermaines, unless they're looking for some type of proof or whatever of how he got them. So anyway, Elizabeth's smug ass was basically telling Hayden that she know who she really is. I knew she'd get around to that. I love the conversation between Michael and Anna, because Anna's still battling that demon of what she did to Carlos, but knowing that he's alive and stuff like that. And it does not surprise me that Michael is officially back to being a Corinthos. So now that he's back to being a Corinthos, now I really hope Tracy gets the company back for herself. Because in my opinion, I'm sick of Michael flip-flopping back and forth. Like, 1 minute your last name is Quartermaine, next minute it's Corinthos. 1 minute you're all about the Quartermaines, now you're back to kissing Sonny's ass. It's like, no, stop flip-flopping. I mean, he was raised by the Corinthoses. I get that, but biologically, you are a Quartermaine. I feel like he, should split the time. But I just feel like he flip-flops a lot. Because it's like 1 minute you're full Corinthos, and next minute you're full Quartermaine. It's like you need to not pick a side, but be neutral. But I feel like some days he's just all about Corinthos, and he's barely about Quartermaine. Like, that's how it's been for years with him. Until AJ died, then he was all about Quartermaine. Now he's all about Corinthos. It's like, come on now, pick a side. Or just be in the middle. I prefer he be in the middle because, in my opinion, they're both his families. So, So Griffin came over to talk to Anna about Duke. She was showing him pictures. They were talking about Duke being in the mob. What I don't understand is why do Anna keep acting like Duke was so damn noble? Like, first of all, his choices got him killed. He chose to be in the mob. When you go and run an organization, a criminal organization, you know the risk. One of the risks is you dying, and the other risk is you going to jail. He knew the risk when he chose to be back in the mob. Like, he knew that. He consciously made that decision. Did he show any real remorse when he ordered a hit on Jordan, who happens to be a mother? He ordered a hit on her. I think at the last minute or whatever, he tried to call the hit off, but still, you ordered a hit on her. So I don't feel bad for Duke. When you get into the mob, going to prison, getting killed, that's the price of doing business. That's the price of being in the mob. So I don't feel bad for anybody who choose willingly to be a part of that life. Because if you're going to be about that life, don't pretend to be about that life. Be about that life. Own your shit. And I'm sick of Anna not letting Duke own his shit. Like, he chose to be in a mob. That's his problem. That was his problem. But I do think it is fucked up that Duke didn't get to stick around to, meet Griffin, who potentially is his son. I won't be sure of that until I see DNA. But, that could be his son, and he didn't get a chance to meet him, all because of his selfishness. So you chose to be in the mob, you got yourself shot, so it is what it is. So I think that's everything in this episode, if I'm not forgetting anything. Well, Michael and Felix had a conversation about Sabrina and her whereabouts. Overall, it's a pretty decent episode, pretty good. I'll see all of you later. Have a great day.